We make shit live. We make shit live. Soon as we inside looking fresh, Fendi fly, got your bitch wanna try. I see it in her eye, she never seen our tie. We make shit live, we make shit live, live, live. 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 We make shit live.
I'm high as I wanna be. Drunk a bottle at the studio before we hit the street. Stick a memory in a CD just so that we complete. Hit the scene, we liver than the wire, fresh as Listerine. You hear this shit I'm spitting, it's ridiculously written. Thank God for the gift I'm giving. Different looks from different women. I'm pretty sure she feel it soon as we step in the building. He will be left if she willing. Fucking with these type of niggas. She will be next on the hit list with them thick lips. Get my dick kiss, then her hips flip. On my shit, make her legs cross. All at her spot and her bed soft. But then I'm on my shit recording with my niggas. Big O on the track, so leave your bag. It ain't no coming with it.
We make shit live. We make shit live. Soon as we inside looking fresh, Fendi fly, got your bitch wanna try. I see it in her eye, she never seen our tie. We make shit live, we make shit live, live, live. 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 We make shit
I'm live HD, no Skype. A prime rib in your eyesight. In the green falling, watch the bitches bite. And you zipper stalling, no gas. She acting fast, so I serve the pipe. Dropping bomb trees on my fresh night. She pop Molly E's and mix lean with Sprite. She wanna live life before she see the light. I'ma make it live, make it live. And I can't decide because I'm on the rise. And that small shit, I gotta minimize. I'm trying to see how fast that foreign drive. Got my niggas over here. And we don't give a fuck who with you. We need them bitches over there. To throw it in the air like a motherfucking issue. I need my issue, I need my issue. I take a bitch down. Jiu-jitsu, I wanna hear that sound. That feature, I need my rounds. 1, 2, 3. I smoke pounds as you can see. I'ma let the beat pound, young cat with me. I'ma hold it down first, get DNT. Ain't this in your town?
We make shit live, we make shit live. Soon as we inside looking fresh, Fendi fly, got your bitch wanna try. I see it in her eye, she never seen our tie. We make shit live, we make shit live, live, live. 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 We make shit live.
Freaky game, shame.
We make shit live, we make shit live. Soon as we inside looking fresh, Fendi fly, got your bitch wanna try. I see it in her eye, she never seen our tie. We make shit live, we make shit live, live, live. 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 We make shit live.
I'm high as I wanna be. Drunk a bottle at the studio before we hit the street. Stick a memory in a CD just so that we complete. Hit the scene, we liver than the wire, fresh as Listerine. You hear this shit I'm spitting, it's ridiculously written. Thank God for the gift I'm giving. Different looks from different women. I'm pretty sure she feel it soon as we step in the building. He will be left if she willing. Fucking with these type of niggas. She will be next on the hit list with them thick lips. Get my dick kiss, then her hips flip. On my shit, make her legs cross. All at her spot and her bed soft. But then I'm on my shit recording with my niggas. Big O on the track, so leave your bag. It ain't no coming with it.
We make shit live, we make shit live. Soon as we inside looking fresh, Fendi fly, got your bitch wanna try. I see it in her eye, she never seen our top. We make shit live, we make shit live, live, live. 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 We make shit
I'm live HD, no Skype. A prime rib in your eyesight. In the green falling, watch the bitches bite. And you zipper stalling, no gas. She acting fast, so I serve the pipe. Dropping bomb trees on my fresh night. She pop Molly E's and mix lean with Sprite. She wanna live life before you see the light. I'ma make it live, make it live. And I can't decide because I'm on the rise. And that small shit, I gotta minimize. I'm trying to see how fast that foreign drive. Got my niggas over here. And we don't give a fuck who with you. We need them bitches over there. Throw it in the air like a motherfucking issue. I need my issue, I need my issue. I take a bitch down. Jiu-jitsu, I wanna hear that sound. That feature, I need my rounds. 1, 2, 3. I smoke pounds as you can see. I'ma let the beat pound, young cat with me. I'ma hold it down first, get DNT. Ain't this in your town?
We make shit live, we make shit live. Soon as we inside
Ladies and gentlemen, the show is about to start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're watching the Good Morning Raider Nation live podcast right here on Raiders Allegiance with my boy Lunatic Raider, who thinks the Raiders is gonna win the Super Bowl every year. Ain't that right, Snoop?
No, cuz, you ain't gonna drag me to this one, Kev. Hey, Lunatic, even though it's Steelers on mine, go Raiders, for shit.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Top of the morning, Raider Nation. Happy Monday. Welcome to another rendition, edition, episode, whatever you want to call it. Good Morning Raider Nation live podcast with your boy Lunatic Raider. Shout out to Kevin Hart, Snoop Dogg for the intro. I appreciate y'all, man. I owe y'all one for that one, for real, for real. Hey, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Thank y'all for pulling up this morning. Hey, we just gonna hang out today. Hey, we got some shit to talk, a little bit of shit to talk about, you know what I mean? Not nothing to move the needle, but out here in the Las Vegas Journal, they are talking about if the Raiders win the Super Bowl, the parade will be bigger than the Aces and the Golden Knights. Just keep it a buck. Hey, that's what I told y'all. When people start talking like this, and it's not just us like at the water cooler at work talking about, man, if the Raiders win the Super Bowl this year, it's going to be a big parade. You got the newspaper talking about that shit. Like I told you, hey, the league putting 5 primetime games behind the Raiders, and now the Las Vegas Journal is talking about, this parade will be bigger, because they said at the Golden Knights parade, and I was there was about 20,000 people. They expect if the Raiders was to win it all this year and be in the Super Bowl at home, it'll be way more than 20,000 people. Bruh, they talking about that shit already, man. That's just not no coinky dink. That's not a coinky dink, my brothers and sisters. You feel me? Something's in the air. Hey, that optimism is a Mickey Ficky, boy. That stuff will have you leaning to the side, man, with your pants around your ankles. You know what I mean? Who need drugs when you got optimism? You feel me? Hey, for real, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I thank y'all for pulling up, man, with your boy this morning. It is a pleasure to have y'all here, man. Let's see. We got my guy, NorCal Raider Jesse, in the building. Hold on. Let me get this shit cracking, man. Oh, shit. Did it freeze up? I didn't freeze up, the chat did. All right, let me get you. Oh, yeah, that's what happened, too. All right, we got Eagletarian 207 in the building, man. Top of the morning. Happy Monday. My guy, NorCal Raider Jesse, man. Thank you for being here. It's a pleasure to have you here. Tony Shepard, man, what is the deal, man? Top of the morning, my brother. Thank you for being here. Mike G, my dude, is in the building. Yes, sir. Eugene Powell, what's the deal, my dude? Man, thank you for pulling up this AM. Yes, indeed, on this beautiful Monday morning. Raider Critique is in the building. Yeah, I'm late. Hey, I had to put some shit together, bruh. That's it. I was sitting here in front of the computer, but I was trying to knock it out before I started. Eagletarian, I said. NorCal Raider, I said. Raider Critique in the building. For real, Tony Shepard in the building. No, I didn't fall asleep, man. I didn't fall asleep. I got off work at 5 o'clock, bruh. I get home, I take a shower at like 5:30, and then like shit, I be fucking around on the computer getting shit all organized, and I wasn't quite done with something I was working on, but hey, I'm here. Slow motion better than none. My guy, Brian Rodriguez, is in the morning. Is in the morning? That's what I was reading your chat. Hey, Brian Rodriguez is here this morning. Hey, thank you for pulling up, my brother. Thank you for being here. Yes, sir. We got Lobby One in the building. What's the deal, my dude? Top of the morning, man. I'm feeling, hey, you feeling like Raiders are going to be, hey, bruh. Let's go. Let's go. Optimism is a Mickey Ficky. You feel me? Hey, if you ain't never had optimism, go get some, y'all. It's better than weed. Hey, for real, for real. Mike Milka Beezy in the building, man. Hey, salute to you as well, my brother. Thank you for pulling up this Monday morning. You know what I mean? Hanging out with your dirt bag. You know what I mean? The Raider Nation dirt bag. I might change my name from lunatic to dirty to the the Raider Nation dirt bag. You feel me? I'm a dirt bag. I ain't gonna lie. Raider Nation, Jason in the building. Good morning, man. Top of the AM to you, my brother. Thank you for being here. It is good to have y'all here, for real, for real. Who else we got up in this, man? Hey, what? We got Diggs BTW7? What? What's up with it, man? Hey, top of the morning, man. Thank you for being here, man. I appreciate you. Jorge C in the building, man. What's good with you, man? Hey, I'm solid. You know what I mean? I woke up yesterday. I ain't been to sleep yet today. But, hey, it's going to happen when I get off this damn show. But, hey, shout out to everybody that's out there. Ozzy in the building, man. Hey, representing, you already know, Australia. Yes, indeed, man. That's my dude. Let me see who else we got up in here, man. I ain't missed nobody. Raider Fontaine, man. What's the deal, man? What is the deal? Top of the morning. Thank you for being here. Yes, sir. Okay, that's about it right now. Shout out to the 24 watching. More shall be entering soon. I just sent out the link to everybody. Raider Rich is in the building. Tops. Yes, indeed. JBO21 is in the building. What's the deal? Yeah, man. Like I say, slow motion is better than none, bruh. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for pulling up, hanging with your boy. Hey, salute to the world's most dangerous chat. You already know how the whole spiel go. Without you, there's no me, and without us, there's no nation. There's only one Mickey Ficky nation, the Raider Nation. Salute to the nation, man. We do it better than anybody can duplicate. You feel me? Oh, yeah. Next week is the 4th of July. Yes, sir. Hey, shout out to, don't forget on the July 4th, Al Davis' birthday, man. Hey, rest in peace, Al. Yes, indeed, bro. Hopefully we get another Super Bowl while you up there with the best seats in the house and watching us bring this shit back, man. For real, for real. For real, for real, for real. Happy Monday to everybody, man. Hey, okay. So, yeah, like I was saying, the, matter of fact, I can show y'all better than I can tell y'all with these cats. They're talking about the parade already for the Raiders. Hey, come on, bruh. Sometimes you feel like things are scripted. I don't believe in the scripted things. I believe that sometimes people try to manipulate the outcome, but I don't believe that everybody is on the same page to ride with that narrative. You feel me? It's hard to do in football. You mean to tell me out of all this scripted shit, not one player ever came out and be like, I got evidence? Look, I took pictures of the skit. You remember when they came out with the I'm gonna tell you, here's one that they did. WWE had a pay-per-view event. They supposedly leaked out the script of how all the matches were gonna go. They didn't go that way. They did not go that way. And I think it's better for the outcome to be something that nobody expected, because especially with gambling, that's the way the casino's gonna get their money. If they start betting on the regular, like, it's kind of like how we did, like, and we do it every year. But second year with this regime, we're understanding that even with draft picks, nothing leaks out. We all doing mock drafts. If you did a mock draft that had a couple of the picks right, you were lucky. That's all. That was luck. It had nothing to do with skill. You didn't get Michael Mayer. You didn't get Trey Tucker. You didn't draft. You know what I mean? You didn't get Bernie at linebacker. You didn't draft none of that shit. Tyree Wilson. We didn't know. Everybody was saying corner. You know what I mean? Carter. Tyree Wilson. His name was thrown out there, but it was a toss up. You know what I mean? It's like throwing it up in the air and see if it lands on heads or tails, and that's what we take. So nobody can't say they was out there, oh yeah, because the Raiders don't leak nothing out. This is what we know in year 2 of the regime, they do not leak anything out. So anybody that's trying to think that they had inside information, you didn't have jack shit. You know what I mean? Let's keep it a buck. You did not have jack shit. You was guessing just like the rest of us, because they don't let us know nothing until after it happens. We don't know what happens until they have the press conference and like, oh, they're announcing the signing of such and such. Oh, we signed such and such. Come on, bruh. Such and such? Yes, we signed him. Oh, I never seen that coming. You damn right. They not leaking nothing out. They not letting no team get no kind of traction or advantage over what we're trying to do in free agency as well as the draft. That's one thing. Hey, I take my hats off to the front office. I appreciate that, because, man, so many times you hear stories of why you think in the draft teams jump teams for draft picks. Because they get a word that something leaked out that team was targeting a certain individual in the draft, so that other team jumped their ass to make... Like, what did New England do to the Jets? Belichick said he don't like the Jets. So that's why they gave up their draft pick. Pittsburgh? They let Pittsburgh jump up to grab the player that they knew the Jets wanted? Come on, we don't know shit as fans, but the GMs and the front offices, they get all the legitimate leaks. They know all the leaks that's about to happen and who's gonna target who. You know what I mean? It is what it is. And this regime has a system in place where, bruh, we not gonna know until they announce this shit, bruh. It's kind of like a motherfucker run off to Vegas, get married, come back home. Nobody know about this shit until they decide at the family reunion, hey, y'all, we just want to announce we got married. Nigga be like, but Craig, that's your first cousin. Oh, my bad. We just fell in love. We just gonna adopt. We ain't gonna have kids. Motherfuckers come out looking like Cyclops, looking like the motherfucking Kraken. Kids look like the Kraken. You're not supposed to have kids with your first cousins. That's what happened to King Tut. Matter of fact, he wasn't even the offspring of cousins. He was the offspring of brother and sister, if I remember right. That's why he died so young. So many health problems. They thought keeping the royal blood within the bloodline within the family by, you know what I mean? Not mating, but what's the other word? I don't want to say mating. They ain't like dogs and shit, but reproducing with near family relatives, bro. That's like Game of Thrones. Who watched Game of Thrones? Y'all remember when the brother and sister was having them kids? The little bratty ass little bastard that got poisoned by they thought the midget did it. Game of Thrones was a hit. 631 ENT, what's the deal, man? All right, so the other thing that I heard about They were talking about Josh Jacobs franchise tag, what the tag, equates to as far as value, which is I keep hearing different things. I hear 10.03, 10.3, 10.8. I think it's 10.03. That's what they posted. But they said that that's more money than the starting run or all the running backs combined, including the Chiefs and the Eagles. That's interesting. The two teams that was in the Super Bowl as running back by committee is cheaper than what Josh Jacobs will get with the franchise tag. So they put that out there. They kind of make you think, like, I know Josh Jacobs is good, but let's keep it a buck. Hey, let's look at it like we analyze everything else. How many wins did we get from him? In a 17-game season, how many games did we win? And this is, and I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just throwing that out there because it's the same scenario when Gruden came in and traded Khalil Mack and said the same shit. Like, okay, with Khalil Mack, how good was the defense? The defense still wasn't good. So he thought he would trade them all for draft picks to try to improve the defense with the picks we got, which only one that wasn't even defensive side of the ball that we got from Khalil Mack and Jacobs. It's crazy how that trade right there, by the same reasons, bam. Now we're looking at it right now. We're looking at it right now. That Josh Jacobs pick with that Khalil Mack. Now, what is it going to come down to? If Josh Jacobs says, I don't want the franchise, I want a long term, and the team says no, do they trade him? Or does he say, I'm not going to sit out, I'm going to play, but after this year, bruh, I'm outie? You know what I mean? How does this scenario unfold? Or does he sit out? There's three things that can happen. The Raiders trade him because he ain't going to play, and they can't get a deal done, and they feel like they can do it by committee. 2, Josh Jacobs does play, but says after this season, this it. Don't franchise me no more, motherfuckers. And look, I gotta kick back on the cussing, y'all. Don't franchise me again, Mickey Fickies. You know what I mean? Or 3, he sits out. The Raiders don't trade him. They let him sit out and dock him weekly pay for not playing and getting hit with fines so they don't have to give him all that $10 million. Bruh, I'm telling you, there's 3 avenues that this situation can go down, bruh, and I hope 2 of those situations don't happen. And the 2 is, I hope they don't trade him. I hope he don't sit out. I hope he plays. And then they can revisit this whole situation later after the deadline, where they can't discuss contract after the deadline, but then there's a new date that comes up after the year if they do franchise him again, but they might be able to give him a good deal. You know what I mean? Maybe they're waiting for next year for when there's 20 plus more million under the cap because of the TV deals and whatnot. You feel me? So we don't know. And plus we got 30 mil coming off the dead cap money. The cars, all them guys that we let go, that we took a hit for, some of them come off the cap. Well, 30 million of it comes off the cap or off the salary cap. So it's interesting to see how this unfolds, bruh. But you gotta be a realist in this shit. You can't sit here. I understand that there's certain individual and players that we love and we want them to be Raiders forever, but let's be realistic, bro. How often does that happen when you get to be a Raider forever? Name me a player who got to be a Raider forever. Not even Charles Woodson. Not even Tim Brown. And these are the most legendary Raider players of all time. There's only one player that played as a Raider, and that was it. Never played for no other team. Hey, let's do this. Let's play this game. Chat. Well, there's more than one player. There's more than one player that only played for one team. Let's see if y'all know any of them. Tell me the players that played in the silver and black that only ever played for the silver and black. Never played for another team. Just played for the silver and black. My all-time favorite player, and he never played for no other team but the Raiders. Okay, see, I see what you're saying, Ozzy. Now, this is what I want you to do. This is gonna put this more in perspective, because right now we're off just like a little kilter. Find out. Well, not find out. Yeah, we'll find out. Go look at the states that each one of those running backs play in. Look at the percentage of the state income tax that they have to pay out of that salary as well. I know California is the highest. I don't know I forgot the numbers of the other states, but there's going to be a little dip in some of those salaries. Even though it say they're making that much, the federal income tax is the same all 50 states. Federal income tax is the same. It doesn't change state to state, but state income tax does. Nevada does not have it. Florida does not have it. Texas doesn't have it. Washington doesn't have it. And I think there's one or maybe two more other states, but I don't think they have professional football teams in them. I can't remember. I'm trying to go off memory. But look at the difference of the state income tax being, and they're going to be in the highest bracket, making millions of dollars like that. They'll be in the highest bracket. I know California is 12 point something percent state income tax. That's why a lot of people don't like going there. You know what I mean? 12% plus, you know what I mean? 12 point something percent. That's kind of high, bruh. You know what I mean? That's like out of every dollar, they're taking 12 cents. You know what I mean? Every dollar they're taking 12 cents. That adds up, bro, when you're making millions. You know what I mean? And if you go back and look, I'll give you an example, because I did the math on it, and this would make sense. Now, you guys remember when we went after Davante Adams, right? We gave up a first and a second for him and gave him a new contract. Now, this is how I figured this all out. The news report came out that, Davante must have wanted to leave because Green Bay offered him more money than the Raiders did. That is correct. But that amount that they offered more than us was exactly the amount that covered the state income tax of us not having it, and what the percentage of the state income tax in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, what it is. Because I did the math on it. I'm like, that's all they did. They try to make it, you know what I mean, where it's even. Like, if you go to Vegas, you're going to get X amount of dollars, you know me, on your final check. Here, we'll give you a little bit more to cover that tax. And that's exactly what it was. I remember doing the math on that shit. So yes, it was true. Green Bay did offer Davante Adams more money than the Raiders, but that just was to cover the fact that we don't have income tax, and they do, to make it sure that he got the same amount, regardless of if he went to them or went to us or stayed with them. But he wanted to leave, though. You know what I mean? But that's what they did. So that's why I said look at the state income tax on those states that those running backs play in, and then adjust it as such. And that will tell us, that will give us an idea of what Josh Jacobs, what we could offer him if we want to be competitive with the contracts for those running backs you named, Ozzy. But that's good shit. I'm glad you put that out there, though. I'm glad. Hey, that's what we do on this show, bro. Hey, we groundbreaking. We talk about shit motherfuckers don't have the fucking intellectual fortitude to talk about. You know what I mean? They'll look at those numbers like, if they're not going to give Josh Jacobs 12 point something million like they gave such and such. Bro, you got to factor in, because all you hear about players is about not, they factor in the tax. You know what I mean? The tax is an issue with them. If they're going to take $1 million out of your fucking pocket, bruh, that's a lot of fucking bread. I don't care if you're making $100 million or not. $1 million is $1 million. So you figure, You know what I mean? Bro, I'm trying to keep all my paper. Yeah, especially a meal ticket. A meal ticket, if I'm making fucking X amount of dollars, man, that's like, well, let me see what Ozzy said that Fournette made how much? Oh no, Henry, 12.5 million, right? 12.5 million. Now I'm just gonna throw a number out there. I'm not knowing what their state income tax is there, but $12 million. Do you know what 10%? We'll just say 10%. California's the highest at 12. I know some states at 8. I know some at 7. I know some at 10. We'll just say 10. Let's average it off to 10. 10% of 12.5 million, right? What did I say? 1.25 million. 1.25 million is 10% of 12 million. So they're taking 1.25. That's $1.25 million just in state income tax. And we're not even factoring in federal, but like I said, federal is the same across the board. But they're taking a lot. Federal take way more. You know what I mean? Than state. Bruh. So if he's getting 12.5 million, let's get rid of 1.25. So that's 11.3 that he got after state. And then I think I'm just gonna guess an estimate that federal is close to 40%. You know what I mean? Close to 40% with feds and everything all combined. Let me see what federal income is. Tax. Because they might have. What is the federal tax income?
According to Wikipedia, the United States federal government and most state governments impose an income tax.
How much is federal income tax percentage?
According to smartasset.com, federal income tax brackets for tax years 2022 and 2023. The federal income tax rates remain unchanged for the 2022 and 2023 tax years are 10%, 12%, 22%,
Okay.
24%, 32%, 35%, and 37%.
Now, with the millions of dollars they make, let's factor in this. I told you it's almost 40%. It's actually 37% is federal income tax. So whatever you make, deduct 37%. Now, let's on average, like we say, state income tax, deduct an additional, we'll say on average 10%, an additional 10%. Now, that's what we got to be competing with. If you're talking about Josh Jacobs, you got to let him see the dollars that, look, bruh, if you want to be the, you know what I mean, in the top tier running back salary, this is what happens in the state that they play in. Out of that salary, what gets deducted and what they're left with. And in the state of Nevada, we only got the 37% federal, but we have no state. So you're keeping 10, 12% or less, depending on what state you're in. So that's the little additive, you know what I mean? It's like, not only do you get to hit the coochie, she'll lick your balls. You know what I mean? How you gonna do that? She's very limber. Hey, my bad. Hey, pause. Well, not pause, but you know what I mean? Hey, shout out to everybody out there, man. I'm just, running it down to y'all mathematically. Hey, I want JJ back, bruh. You know what I mean? I fuck with Josh Jacobs. He's a beast. I think now here's the way that I balance everything out and show you the difference. Yes, it is a fact. You can get the same production that Josh Jacobs give you with running back by committee. That's a fact. You can do that. But pitch your game. And that's just Josh Jacobs compared to the committee of another team. What about Josh Jacobs and then the other running backs that we have that they might not get as many carries because Josh is carrying the load, but what can they, if he's leading the league in rushing, what is the additives that the other running backs are adding in our group? You know what I mean? Our running back group is more superior than anybody because we got one running back that leads the league in rushing, period. And it ain't like the other running backs rushed for 0. So that means our committee is gotta be beast mode. Is a committee on fucking steroids. You know what I mean? You gotta factor that shit in. Yes, the others may not carry as much as Josh Jacobs, but you gotta sit there and look at it like, well, maybe the offensive line is not as bad as what people think if you got the leading rusher. So they can open those same holes for the other backs when Josh Jacobs do have to sit out. Or maybe he does get a little, not an injury that's season ending, maybe a sprained ankle, maybe a hamstring because he's, hot, dehydrated, playing, in hot weather. We don't know. Just all kind of factors. But I'm saying, we have other running backs that will add to, whatever we're doing as a group. And the offensive line is a big part. That's why I say it don't make sense to me to say offensive horrible, but yet they're blocking for the come on, bro. Let's keep it a buck. Let's be smart about this. Step away from the fact that you hate McDaniels and you don't want to give no credit to the offense because that's giving credit to the head coach. Step away from that shit. Don't look at his name. He's a coach of the team who happens to factor and focus on the offensive side of the ball, and the offensive side of the ball was the 12th ranked offense, 10th ranked offensive line, number 1 rusher, and the number 1 touchdown receiver. That's not a coincidence. All that shit don't happen in a coincidence. So we're talking about the offensive line right now. I ain't talking about Josh McDaniels. So I'm saying the offensive line is not as bad as what people think. Now I know Illuminor had penalties, but like I said, what I need to do is go break down Illuminor's track record this past season and his stats. I want to go look at every penalty that Illuminor had this year, and I want to see why did he get the penalty. Now that's the big question. Why did he get it? Did he get it just because he's no good? He has a problem with mental collapses, or was it the fact that on plays when he did get beat by the defensive end, he held that defensive end because he knew his quarterback would have been wide open to get the shit knocked out of him and possibly hurt. I am okay with an offensive lineman holding if he feels like he lost the battle. Do not jeopardize your quarterback. Take a penalty. Take a 15 fucking yard penalty. Holding all day. All day. Take the penalty. Now it's the penalties where illegal man downfield and it's him that I got a problem with. Why are you illegally downfield? Don't you know your responsibility in the play call? That's my problem. But if he has to hold somebody to keep him from getting a beeline shot to our quarterback and knocking our quarterback out, not just the game, but possibly the season. For instance, you remember when Carr got hurt in 2016? Remember that? When he broke his leg? Who gave up that tackle? Who gave up that sack? And that was the only sack he gave up all year. I would have loved for him to hold that son of a bitch. You know what I mean? I would have loved for him to hold that defensive end from getting in the car and breaking his leg. I would have took that penalty. I'm fine with that. Period. You know what I mean? So I gotta go look at Illuminor's tape, man. I've been saying I need to do it. I haven't had the time to do it, but I'm gonna make time before the season because I want to see exactly how many penalties he had and did the penalties make sense? Did he hold the dude because the dude was beating him and in order to keep his quarterback from getting hurt, he held him. I'm fine with that shit. Hold that Mickey Ficky all day long. If you get beat, and I mean, because I'm telling you, it ain't nothing wrong with getting beat. You're facing the best defensive ends in football on the planet Earth. Is in the NFL. You can't knock these defensive ends you go up against. You know what I mean? These guys are pros just like you are. So I can understand that if your last option is to hold the son of a bitch from getting to your cornerback and possibly hurting him, knocking him out the game, and not just the game, but possibly the season, and that can make your whole season go straight down in the drain. Hold his ass. Grab his balls, grab his throat, grab whatever he got swinging and danging, you grab that shit. I'm keeping, that's what you do. You don't jeopardize your quarterback because you don't want to get a penalty. That's being selfish. I don't want to get a penalty, so I'm just going to let him go through and blindside the fuck out of my quarterback and fuck up his vertebrae. That's bullshit. So like I say, I gotta go and research and look at Illuminor. They brought him back on a 1-year deal, the same as Bars. I don't believe Bars will make the team. That's my opinion. Illuminor, he will be here, but it might be only for 1 year. I don't think that. No, you know what? I even go out there on a limb. I ain't gonna go out there on a limb because it depends on his production this year. If he gets out there and he gives damn good protection to Garoppolo, and the stupid penalties, there's a difference. The stupid penalties go down. Maybe you bring him back. You don't want to fuck off that offensive line because what you want out of that starting five, you want them to develop a rapport with each other. Chemistry. Remember I talked about moving as one. They want that unit to move as one. Everybody knows their job. Everybody goes out there, give protection. Let Garoppolo have the time he needs to deliver the ball to our weapons. That's why I said Garoppolo don't have to be a superstar. He don't have to be. Far from it. He don't have to thread the needle and make the spectacular throw. I'd rather see a spectacular catch and run after. You feel me? Raider Nation Jason, JJ fits our scheme. No, I like JJ. Like I said, there's a bigger threat with him included in the running back room. You know what I mean? If we are going running back committee, please have Josh Jacobs as part of that committee. That's all I'm saying. Because I know what he brings to the table. And maybe that rubs off on everybody else, all the young dudes. Because we got a young ass running back core. You know what I mean? Between Britton Brown, Zamir White, Sincere McCormick, them is 3 young ass running backs. If Josh Jacobs can rub off on them and they come out there and like, hey OG, even though he ain't an OG, but you know how the youngsters be talking, hey OG, give me some pointers. Okay, look, what you want to do is, you know what I mean? If they can rub off on them and make them better players on this team, I'm down for that shit. Man, it's no second guessing. Let Josh Jacobs groom these youngsters. Let's all have mini JJs we need big JJ, little JJ, baby JJ, infant JJ. We need the JJ family, man. Hood shit. We need little JJ, baby JJ, and infant JJ. Let them fools get out there and do their thing. But I think with Josh included in that by committee idea. Now, see, there's one thing of having a running back by committee and all your running backs are mediocre. Now you understand what I'm saying? When you have a running back by committee and all of them is you know what I mean? They don't excite you. But I mean, together they can make one Josh Jacobs. They can get 1,600 yards together. But we got a running back that can get that by himself. Now, if you can get these other dudes to get 200-300 yards as they get added into the mix, bruh. Let's go. I'm riding with that shit. I'm riding that shit till my balls scrape the concrete. You feel me? Go to protect the QB, bruh. I'm already knowing. You got to protect the quarterback. If your offensive lineman hold to protect him, is that a hold that you guys will be all? Even if, what happened if a big play happens? But what happened if the big play only happens because of the hold? If they never held, what happened if the quarterback gets hit and he fumbled? You see what I mean? Sometimes, bruh, how the old saying go? You got to take the lesser of two evils, bruh. I'd rather take the holding call, go backwards, but we still got possession, rather than give up that sack. He hits my guy blindsided, and and that motherfucker fumbles. And they get the ball. Now our offense is coming off the field. And now they're probably in scoring position depending on where the ball and the fumble occurred when you know what I mean? Come on now. You got to take the lesser of two evils, bruh. That's the perfect scenario. You know what I mean? That's the perfect scenario, man. But hey, I gotta break down this film, bruh. I gotta see for myself. Because I'm assuming some of those were holding calls because of that situation where he was getting beat off the edge. You know what I mean? And I'm fine with him holding if that's the case. Pyro, my dude. Hey, Pyro, was you out here Saturday? Because I was out there on the strip, bruh. Didn't I post up? I had I might have not posted that shit on Instagram. Because I went to Nacho Daddy's, man. The little nacho place, man, that's my favorite place. I had the surf and turf nachos. My son had the lobster and the crab. Bruh, that's hands down the best nacho. If y'all want the best nachos on planet Earth, Nacho Daddy. They got a variety for that ass. For real. Hey, but we gonna link up. Hey, we gonna link up during the season though on Everything I Love. We gonna hook up. If y'all coming out to the Niner game, it's going down. We don't know what we're trying to do. Dirty's coaching football again. But what I plan on doing, if we don't do a Airbnb like we wanted to, I got a spot inside of, where's it at? Not the Venetian. Well, Venetian got a spot too, but inside the mall, there's a place that we can rent our own party room, and it's like $70 an hour. We could do karaoke. We got YouTube that we got access to, but it's a private room, and then we can order food and shit, sliders and shit like that. It's not too expensive. I guess all the food menu, it is for more than one person. It's like $35 of sliders, and I think they said chicken wings. But it's a party room. It's private. It's a private room at $70 an hour. I'll get one of them sons of bitches if y'all come out here one of them days, if it's that Niner weekend, and we'll get it in. We'll get it in on the strip, you feel me? Salute to Nation. Raider Nation, baby. Hey, shout out to the 40 watching. Please, if you have not done so, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that thumbs up. Hit the notification bell if you would. Excuse me. Also, leave a comment and share the wealth. Share the video to your friends, family, your mailman, your gynecologist, your erectile dysfunction doctor, all them. Send, if they're Raider fans, get them all, you know what I mean, included in this shit, bruh. Hey, salute to y'all that's members. Salute to y'all that subscribe. I appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. Y'all make this shit fun. You know what I mean? Talking with my real family about football. You feel me? Not none of these other suckers out here that don't know what the fuck they talking about. They hate their own team. You know what I mean? I hate the Raiders. Nigga, why you got a fucking tattoo then, bitch? Oh, Mr. Potato Head looking motherfucker. Oh, did I say that shit out loud? Hey, I got that Stan No filter. For real. But yeah, man, hey, I like the way this shit is going down, man. And we're going into, let's see, Saturday we go into July 1st. So towards the end of the month, we're going to go into camp, and we really going to have a lot of shit to talk about. You feel me? Wild Turkey in the building. Sebastian Gonzalez is in the building. Hey, thank y'all for pulling up. Pyro, of course, my dude, man. Oh, that's good shit, man. Yeah, the stadium tour. For real, like Pyro said, y'all, if y'all ever get a chance to do the stadium tour, please do it. Please do it. It lets you in where regular people can't go. You know what I mean? You get to see the locker room and the suites. Y'all get in there, and it's a nice little thing. You feel me? Especially for us Raider Nation people. You feel me? Hey, that's right. I love the love in the chat, man. Shout out JB on the good foot, man. What's the deal, man? Salute to you. Thank you for being here. Yeah, man, it's going down. And you know what? I was thinking, let's see, 29, 30. Oh, yeah, because that big Errol Spence and Crawford fight is 2 weeks before that Niner game, too. That's the only home game the Niners got this year preseason, is that game on that Sunday, the 13th. August 13th, man. I'm definitely going to be there. Me and my boy, we riding up in that freaky. I got to watch out. I got to quit cussing. We about to ride up in that Mickey Figgy. 10 to 13 million for JJ is fair. Exactly, because we're already paying 10 million if he just plays under the franchise tag. So 13, I think 13 is doable. You know what I mean? You could do incentives. You know what I mean? Signing bonus on a new deal. The lower the cap hit. So I mean, it's a wait and see, bro. It's not over. They still got till July 17th is the deadline to sign him to a new deal. You know, with that franchise tag. Hopefully they'll get it done. They'll get it done. We need to keep this offense intact with the new additions we added, because the offense is the thing that's going to keep us afloat while we wait on the defense to develop a rapport with each other. That's exactly what I see. You know what I mean? A lot of new pieces, a lot of young pieces. So you got to give them an opportunity to get some playing time, to play with each other, to develop and get that rapport where they can all move as a unit. Like I said, that's the only thing I look forward to on offense and defense is, well, defense especially, to move together as one. Swarm the ball. Wherever the ball is, swarm it. Because now, one thing I noticed, when they changed the rule, now you can push your player, and that's what you see all the time. When you see a player run and they get stood up, now their players is coming to pushing. So we need to get as many helmets on that ball more than what the other team has to try to help push that son of a bitch. Yes, sir. Dark is in the building. Oh, shit, it done got dark. It done got dark, man, for real. Yeah, we do got less, Tony, we do got less dead cap money next year. And then if they do this new deal with Jacobs, there's a lot they can do, bro. That's one thing I don't worry about is the contracts. They're doing good deals. And they're setting see, a lot of people say, okay, let me address this one too. And let me explain why they did what they do. One thing I learned about this regime, even if they give a player a new deal, they still leave themselves with an out. For instance, Derek Carr. They gave Derek Carr an extension. You know what I mean? And this extension, and the way it was set up, this is how it protects them. For one, what if Derek Carr did go into that season after the extension and got us deep into the playoffs? Right? You have a contract in place that won't break the bank for a quarterback that got you deep into the playoffs, right? But the flip side of it is, if he didn't, like he did, you have a contract that lets you out of giving him money that he would have earned if he would have got that team to the playoffs. So, you know what I mean? It was team friendly. Let's just say that, because they cut him, and that freed up that $40 million they did not own. Derek Carr, that is. They did not own $40 million. You know what I mean? But if he would have panned out, $40 million is cheaper compared to what the top tier quarterbacks are making, what, $50 million around there? Especially if Carr did take the Raiders deep into the playoffs. Like, I mean, if he went to the AFC Championship, or if he just barely missed out on going to the AFC Championship, or even the Super Bowl. Then you would have, if he was on last year, that year, and he did some shit like that, bruh, he would have been, hey, bruh, I need to get paid with Dak Prescott, who ain't did none of that shit. You know what I mean? I need to get paid the same amount that, what you call it, from Baltimore. He ain't won shit. You got to bread me out. You know what I mean? Then we'll have to, now this motherfucker want more money because he did good with the team. Which you can't be mad at him doing good with the team, but at what cost? So they left themselves an exit. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, I'm not painting myself in the corner. I'm going to paint myself to the back door. You know what I mean? So once I'm done painting the house, I'm just going out the back door. And you know what I mean? Paint yourself in the corner. You sitting there and waiting for the motherfucking floor to dry. Paint yourself to the back door, bro. You just go out the back door. Fuck it. You know what I mean? So that's what the Raiders did. They painted themselves to the back door. Just in case it didn't work out. And they did that with every contract. Notice that shit. Notice that shit. All these like, for instance, look at Garoppolo. Just in case the injury reoccurs, we got an escape route. But if it does work out and you do lead us deep into the playoffs, we'll just leave the contract alone. You got them incentives on there for being healthy and getting those dollars back. You feel me? So, the front office is very, very smart. Very smart. Oh, okay, he said winning. Jay's, Raider Nation, Jay's like, oh, you a Carr fan? It's not about being a Carr fan or a hater. It's a, bruh, come on now. If you, for instance, look, I'm about, let me, I'm about to get graphic here, y'all. So, not Raider, but graphic. Hey, listen. If you had a girlfriend for 9 years, right? Hold on. Let me put this in perspective to all the men. You had a girlfriend, right? And y'all been in a relationship for 9 years, right? And she never made you come. Would you have given her a 10th year? You try to find somebody to make you nut, huh? That's Derek Carr and the Raiders. He never made us come. He kept teasing, you know what I mean? We got a couple of playoffs and then shit we didn't like. Fuck it. I just got done. Hey, this is real talk. I hope she ain't watching this shit. I ain't gonna say her name though. I got done messing with somebody. And it's not recent. It was a few months back I stopped messing with her. But you know what was trash, right? I'm not gonna go into detail. You know what was trash? Do you know what was really trash? And I got tired of putting in the work on some trash. Bruh. That's sometimes you gotta move on, and that's what I moved on. I had to move on, bruh. That's like you in a relationship with a girl. She's cool, she's nice, she's godly, but she doesn't make you nut. Women do the same thing with men who dinglings don't work. If you can't put in the work with the eggplant, why you think a lot of these women be cheating? Either they cheating because you ain't giving them the time or you ain't giving them the eggplant. So they go find it elsewhere. Men, we the same. If the coochie's trash or if the net game is trash, we on to find the one that, bruh, that's what the Raiders did. They went out and found somebody suited for them. You know what I mean? So, I mean, there's nothing to be mad at. It is what it is. It's just, this relationship just didn't work. Now, Carr goes off to another franchise that he might be able to help them come. You know what I mean? Now, our luxury is, Garoppolo may not be the best choice to make us come, but he got all the toys around him, though. You know what I mean? He got the Jack Off 2000. He got the KY, the caramel flavored KY. He got the pocket puss. Hey, he got all this shit. You know what I mean? Got the sling. He may not have he may not have the best, but he got the best toys that come along with that shit. You know what I mean? He got toys around him to make some shit happen. Like, okay, look, bruh. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm putting it in realistic, real life ass fucking analogy. Carr couldn't make us come. You know what I mean? Even with the toys. That's the crazy thing. Even with Devontae and Josh Jacobs, you know what I mean? And Darren Waller, even though Darren Waller was like, he liked the ball vibrator that the batteries went dead in. Darren Waller is like the ball stimulator and the batteries went dead. That's all. He need new batteries, bruh. But you bring in Garoppolo that has experience with working with the ball vibrator and can change the batteries that quick. Matter of fact, he know where the batteries is at. You feel me? He said, bro, I'm giving it to you raw and uncut, bro. He got the wonderful toys because they were already here. It's kind of like, okay, look it. Here's another one. You got your new girl, right? You got rid of Carr because she couldn't make you come, so you get this new girl, Garoppolo, right? But the added feature is she comes with toys. You know what I mean? And what I mean by toys is she comes with the knowledge of knowing the offense. She knows how to utilize the toys. She knows how to use them. You know what I mean? Like Carr was like, when is this? And then Garoppolo comes in, oh, nigga, that's a swing. How do you use that? You put her in here like this, like she's Supergirl on her stomach, and then bam, you got the handles right here on the swing, and bam, 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 and you knock the stuffing out of her Egg McMuffin. Happy breakfast. You know what I mean? Hey, for real. For real, for real. Garoppolo knows how to work these toys, bruh. He knows how to use these toys. Not on y'all. I'm talking about as the offense as an entity. You know what I mean? The offense as an entity is the dude. Garoppolo is the woman. Not us, the fans, not us. Not the men on the team. I'm talking about the offense. You know what I mean? The ideology of the offense. He knows how to work the offense. He knows how to work the man. Make the man happy. Who's the man? The offense. Get the most out the offense. And what's coming? Scoring a touchdown. That's when you nut. You feel me? Next thing you know, we score a touchdown, and Garoppolo bringing warm, wet towels to everybody that scored. Here, wipe your swipe off. You feel me? Hey, I'm on that real shit. All right, hey, it's on some adult content, but nothing like horrific and you know what I mean, just bad taste. It's just using an analogy to explain why we moved on from Carr to a new quarterback. But I put it in a way that a lot of men can understand. And women too, though. I flipped it into a woman's perspective as well. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna repeat it. You know what I mean? Y'all can rewatch the show when I'm done. But yeah, it's just some humor, but also giving you guys context to exactly why we moved on from Carr and why we went on to Garoppolo. But I put it in layman's terms where everybody can understand it. That's why they're cracking up in the chat. Hey, Dark though, but the way I explained it, am I wrong? Is my analogy off? Or is that like, oh, bruh, hey, even though you way out there with the way you explained it, that's exactly what the hell happened. That's exactly the hell. Now, 2016 and 2021, we came close to releasing our load. You know what I mean? We got that little tickle, but the tickle didn't become anything else. Kind of, and for you women, because we ain't leaving you out, it's kind of like you dating a man, right? He's handsome, got a good job, but his eggplant, he don't know how to work his eggplant. So he'll get you close to climax, and either he shoot his shot before you do, or he just get tired and be like, oh, I gotta rest. And you're like, I was right there. Cause you women, men, I'm gonna tell you, this is how you have a healthy relationship. Listen to your women. When they say, oh, I'm about to come. Don't stop. Don't get tired. If you're a preemie, think about something else, like what I'm gonna do tomorrow. You know what I mean? Take your mind off of it. Don't focus on you being pleased. Please her. You feel me? I got game for y'all, man. I got game for y'all. Just listen to me. Trust me. What they say, happy wife, happy life? That's some real shit. Like, how the fuck you know, lunatic? You ain't never been married. Yeah, because I ain't made them happy. I had to learn to. You know what I mean? Shit. But on some real shit, though, that's the difference between Carr and... It wasn't that Carr, you know what I mean? Like I said, it wasn't like Carr wasn't wanted or nothing like that. They was hoping. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, maybe this time around, I can climax. But then this time around was just like the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth year that nothing happened. It was time to move on. It's time to find somebody that you know what I mean, you can get from that this one couldn't. Like I say, now and see what happens is, don't feel sad for any one of the parties, because with that split might have caused them to go to the people that they deserve to be with. You feel me? Carr might deserve to be with the Saints because he can offer what they're looking for. And the Raiders, hey, we might get Garoppolo because that's what we're looking for. What is it that we're looking for? I think it's the red zone, because that's the only, and I think knowledge of system. I know Carr struggled in this system. If you go back and look at it, he struggled. He struggled in this. He said it himself. You know what I mean? But I think the thing is with this team, and this is why I say, and I reiterate this shit, that they are looking to try to win now. The only sense why I say that, because it only makes sense. Why else would you go get a Jacoby Myers? You know what I mean? Why would you go get these other players that were formerly Patriots in the system and bring them here if you're not trying to win now? You know, Garoppolo, been in the system. Hoyer, been in the system. There's a reason why you do that, because we know that you can't just have mediocre ass seasons and not progress and expect the fan base to be happy about it. They're trying to win now. They're trying to do everything at the same time. I'm trying to build my defense and add the pieces on offense, because there's not a lot of pieces on the offense we added. Let's keep it a buck. That lets you know that we knew that our defense had a lot of holes in it. And I ain't talk about the Figueroa kind. It had a lot of Swiss cheese holes in it. And they went into the draft and go look at, and I told you guys this before, look at the draft picks and look at the former first rounders and whatnot that we let go. They all got replaced. Go figure. They all got replaced in the draft. Now, you could add the free agents as well, but the free agents are more to plug holes. Because we got so many holes, there was not enough draft picks to fill them all. But in free agency, what you hope to do is the free agents you go out and sign, not only do they plug a hole, they can establish themselves in that hole. Like, you know what? We got one here. And they this is 2 years in a row they've done it. 2 years in a row they've done it. You know what I mean? 2 years in a row that they've done it. But I think that the defense is more predicated on playing as a unit. So don't get, you know what I mean? I know a lot of fans out there say, oh, we didn't sign nobody on defense. You're looking for the big name. And with the big name comes a big price tag. And we did not have money like that. Not with as many holes as this team has. You do not spend 2/3 of your money on one position. You can't afford to. That's not smart business. You know what I mean? That's not smart business. You gotta spread it out to where your need is and evenly. And that's what I felt like they did. So is it gonna work out? And I keep telling y'all, this is how optimism works. I'm optimistic that it will work out, but I'm not gonna bet the farm on that shit. You know what I mean? I'm not betting the farm on that shit gonna win. Show me it's gonna work. That's all I ask Josh McDaniels and Ziegler. Show me. I'm along for the ride. I see what you're trying to do, but what you try to do does not always necessarily mean that's what's gonna happen. But I'm willing to see you crash and burn or be successful on that loop-the-loop jump, you know, that Robbie Knievel used to do. You feel me? So I'm ready for the show. I got my popcorn ready. Hey, if it works in our favor, we're going to be high-fiving each other like, bruh, we back. Or we're going to be like, nope. Anything less than 6 wins. I'm going to go like, anything less than 6 wins is a total failure. Total failure. How do you duplicate what you did the season before with a roster of players that you felt you got that fits what you're trying to do? You know what I mean? It don't matter. That's what I'm gonna question that shit. But if they come out there and they go from 6 wins to 10, I'm gonna say that's what we were hoping for. That's the moves they were making that showed me that this is what they were trying to achieve, and they achieved it. So you know what I mean? That's all. I'm sit back and watch. Sit back and watch. You feel me? So I'm good with it. I'm good with it. Like I said, it's a wait to see how this unfolds, but this should be an exciting season. We got a lot of primetime games. I can't wait to face the Chiefs. I don't know about you guys. I know some fans are like, we gotta face the Chiefs. Like, that's a bad thing. No, give me the Chiefs. Give me the. Do you know how fulfilling that shit would be to go and? Can you imagine sweeping the Chiefs this year? Just imagine that. Just put yourself in that frame of mind that we swept them and we did it on Christmas Day. Merry Christmas, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Merry Christmas. You got a box full of shit. Digital prayers, my dude. Tops to you. Thank you for being here, man. Hey, shout out to everybody out there, man. Shout out to all those watching. Please subscribe, hit the thumbs up if you have not done so. Knock the notification bell, leave a comment, share the video, do all that good shit. If you're really a Raider fan, do that shit. Do that shit. I'm here every morning, 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern, right here on Raiders Allegiance with the Good Morning Raider Nation Live podcast. And on Fridays, it's WTF Friday, Raider Nation Vince, man. And then, Friday night? Dirty Lunatic Show, 11 p.m. Pacific, 2 a.m. Eastern. Then Saturday, same thing. Dirty Lunatic Show, 10 or 11 p.m. Pacific, 2 a.m. Eastern. Pull on up. Enjoy the laughter, the comics, the fucking skits that we run, man. Hey, shout out to all y'all that support everything that we do, man. NWA all day. You know how we do this shit. We ain't new to this. We true to this. You feel me? Shout out to everybody out there, man. I'm about to shut this thing down, man. But I appreciate each and every one of you. Because without you, there's no me. And without us, there's no nation. There's only one nation, the Raider Nation, man. I appreciate y'all. We will be back here, same Raider time, same Raider channel, talking that same Raider shit. They not ready for it. You know what I mean? So you guys enjoy your Monday. Be safe. Make it back home to your loved ones. And I will see each and every one of you guys tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Pacific, right here on Raiders Allegiance. It is the Good Morning Raiders, or Good Morning Raider Nation live podcast, right here with your dude, Lunatic Raider. Enjoy your day. And like I say always about this time, what do I say, y'all? I'm out this what? I'm out this what? I'm out this what? I'm out this B-I-E.